Hi, welcome to this podcast on Ecological Fiscal Transfers, or EFTs. My name is Abbie Trinidad. I'm one of the senior technical advisors of BIOFIN, and today we shall speak about EFT as a finance solution. Now, EFTs are transfers from higher levels of governments to lower levels of governments. It could be from national to province, or it could also be from province to lower levels like municipalities. EFTs are actually incentives for lower levels of government to continue protecting biodiversity in exchange of foregone income that can be associated with economic development. So there's quite some literature already on EFT, but really today we will speak about EFT the way it is practiced in two of our countries in the region, Malaysia and Indonesia. And we're very pleased that our colleagues Dzulhaili, or Dzul for short, and Bayuni, or Bayu for short, have agreed to share their experiences on implementing EFTs with all of you. So maybe you can say hi first to our
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Dzulhaili. I'm from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability of Malaysia. Of course, my work is related to EFT as one of my major work. And I'm also involved with OECM and also other finance solution and also expenditure budget within the ministry.
Yes. Thank you, Dzul. Bayu, please.
Yeah, I'm Bayuni Shantiko. You can call me Bayu. I'm a national coordinator for BIOFIN in Indonesia.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Let's go into the heart of the EFT then. So maybe we can start with the enabling policy and institutional framework. So can you speak about this, Dzul, in Malaysia?
Yes, thank you. In Malaysia, I believe we have numbers of enabling environment for EFT. Includes a strong political will, high-level commitment, and also a clear national policy direction. Compared to 2019, when it's first implemented EFT in Malaysia, the allocation of EFT has increased more than 200%. So Malaysia also has emphasized the needs to enhance the implementation of EFT through our National Policy on Biological Diversity, NPBD 2022 until 2030. Under Target 17, which is to further entrench EFT into legal and institutional framework. And this is to formalize the mechanism and also the performance-based criteria that we have under our guidelines. Malaysia also committed to further improve and strengthen EFT by putting more effort in engaging states government, improving the performance-based criteria, and also institutionalize EFT through BIOFIN 2 program.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's very nice to know. So in Malaysia, it's going to be from federal to state.
To the state government, yes.
And it's nice to know that all of these policy frameworks and plans and visions are in place that really considers EFT.
We are really proud that we are one of the few countries that have been developed our national policy aligned with KMGBF, meaning Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Yes.
Great. So we'll learn more about EFT in Malaysia. For now, let's listen to Bayu. So Bayu, in Indonesia, what's the policy framework that enabled EFT?
Yeah, thank you, Abbie. So in Indonesia, early 2000, we have a decentralization policy. So this the major policy that drive transfer from national government to district government or provincial government. So then, but in reality, there is no transfer mechanism that based on ecological transfer. So that's why in BIOFIN we use this opportunity to introduce the ecological based fiscal transfer to province to district level by piloting in Central Java. Because as you know, in Java is about 55% of population in Indonesia are stay in Java. So this is the high populated islands. And in Central Java, it is about 42% of population in Java is also in Central Java. So this is a quite a populated island, and there are major risks in terms of ecological, like water, like pollution, and other aspect of environment. So it is also important for the province to have this transfer mechanism implemented, and we can see that how this will be implemented.
Yeah. So I think for our viewers, one thing that we can pick up from Indonesia is also the devolution process, and I'm sure in many of our countries we have started that devolution, and this is certainly one finance mechanism that we can consider if the devolution framework is already there. So, okay, moving on. What are the measures of success? How much have you already deployed, and has there been any improvement in policy framework?
Yes, okay. Thank you, Abbie, again. For Malaysia, the key indicators include the financial deployment, policy improvement, and also the conservation outcome, and as well as capacity building. Since its first implementation in 2019, the state government has received significant amount of EFT, which is based on their existing PA, protected area coverage, and also the ecological performance-based criteria. So this criteria actually means that the allocation of EFT may increase or decrease based on their performance. So there have been some tangible improvement in biodiversity quality, such as the forest cover increase, the forest cover area has been increased, management plan has been developed for some of the areas, and also the enhanced biodiversity conservation effort. So Malaysia has designated more than 300,000 hectares of terrestrial and also marine area SPA between 2021 and 2023. So EFT also have facilitated capacity building within the state to better manage biodiversity resources, and also implement the Sustainable Development Initiative in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thank you, Zul. That 300,000 hectares of protected areas, that's no mean feat. But I think you missed out on one very important outcome, which is the finance. Please tell our viewers how much has been already transferred for Malaysia.
At first, the federal government only allocated 60 million ringgit Malaysia, which is around 13 million USD. And the amount has been increased every year. And for this year, 2024, we received 200 million ringgit, which is around 50 to 60 million USD. So in total, we have federal government has allocated more than 80 million USD. And definitely we will be having EFT for the coming year. And we, in the ministry, we don't have a plan to stop EFT actually, because on the target on our policy, then we have the aim until 2030. But in living harmony with nature, the target is until 2050. Right?
Great.
Yes.
So that's really a substantial finance outcome from EFT in Malaysia. We're talking about $80 million cumulative since 2019.
Yes.
So,
and also, I would like to add that since we have a very tangible outcomes, improvement, like our increase in protected area, then it is something that is really very supportive for the federal government to continue the implementation of EFT.
Great.
Yes.
Great. And I hope that you picked up a lot of inputs from what Zul has already shared. And Bayu, what is happening now in Indonesia?
Yeah, actually, as I mentioned earlier, Abbie, that in Indonesia there has not yet any formal institutional arrangement, regarding to ecological-based fiscal transfer. But there are a lot of attempts by other institutions to try piloting EFT, including BIOFIN. We try with the Central Java as a pilot from provincial to the district. And then in this pilot site, we also facilitated with the provincial government to develop the criteria on how to measure the performance of the district to access the transfer, because it is also important that the district has to achieve kind of certain level of achievement. So that's why we use a criteria, for example, like a pollution level, biodiversity management, regulations, and also like water protection activity, something like that. So that's why, so based on this criteria, then actually the governor has issued regulation on these transfers, and then it was passed by 2023. So
well, congratulations.
at this moment, still the regulations that has been passed. So now in 2024, we are monitoring the central government, work with them, and then to ensure that this regulation can be included in the provincial budget. So that's why we hope that in 2025 there will be a number that we can share.
Finance
with,
outcome.
Yes.
But congratulations, at least we've already reached that first step, which is the acceptance at the provincial level of that criteria. Yeah. So, but can you tell us more, Bayu, what are the challenges in trying to improve the policy framework, or trying to improve the indicators that can be used? What can you say about this?
Yeah, I think the challenges is to earn commitment from the government, right? Because when we do these pilot activities, we kind of seek whose government wants to do these pilot activities, because then we have to look at the fiscal capacity of each of the province. So that's why we have the data that like 10 province who got the top fiscal capacity. So that's why we try to approach them and then use our colleagues in Ministry of Planning to work with them, and then by endorsement with this from the central government, it is also good for us to get the acceptance by the provincial government.
Okay. So that, I think that's also very useful tips for you. Not just the political will, which Dzul mentioned earlier, but also they have looked at, they have profiled the fiscal capacity of the provinces. So that's excellent tip for other countries. So how about you, Dzul? What are the challenges in your EFT implementation?
Yes. Despite the significant progress that we have done, that we have achieved, addressing several challenges is necessary to enhance the effectiveness of EFT, particularly in Malaysia context. So, for example, the first is to improve the data collection and monitoring system to accurately measure the performance and also the impact of fiscal transfer. Second is to have a continued capacity building effort to support state-level activities. Additionally, for us is to enhance coordination between the federal government and also state agencies by streamlining effort between both, by way of establishing clear communication channel and also collaborative mechanism. And furthermore is to ensure sustainable financing, financial resource actually, by exploring innovative financing mechanism, public-private partnership, and also international funding resources. And this is to as an additional support in allocation of EFT. In this regard, I believe that BIOFIN can help by integrating initiative with the national and also state development plans for alignment and also coherence, and also to strengthen partnership with local communities, public sector, and also NGO. Government-wise, I believe it is crucial to continue refine and also strengthen policies with regards to biodiversity and also environment to support SDG. And also to have a timely and adequate allocation of financial resource for a more sustainable EFT. So this initiative will consolidate gain, addressing existing challenges, and also pave way for a sustained biodiversity and also fiscal resilience in Malaysia. Thank you.
Thanks, Dzul. Since you've already started providing some advice, maybe now I can ask you and Bayu after. What is your general advice to countries if they want to, they want to start implementing EFT, please?
Okay. In short, I would shorten it to 4 letters, AGES.
4 letters. Okay.
Which it means ages.
Okay.
It's not a really short time, but it's a long time. A means for analyze. Means that the implementer must have clear understanding on the government structure, on the political environment within the country, and then they have to develop a guideline, a mechanism on how to start the allocation, the disbursement, the implementation itself, and also the monitoring system. After that, the E, which is the engagement, and also the we need to have a harmonized involvement with the various stakeholders even within the country itself, and also with international body. And lastly is sustainable. EFT cannot be sustained without fund. In Malaysia case, the funds came from the national budget. Right now, through the strong political will and also the commitment for the government, and with the clear guidance under our policy, then we have a sustainable funding for EFT. But for first and foremost, the country need to start EFT, start implement EFT. We need to start slow. We need to take step by step, because if we not have started yet, then it won't happen, and the outcome, we won't have any outcomes.
Thank you so much, Dzul. That's very practical advice. And do not forget ages, okay? And how about you, Bayu? Do you also have an ages version?
I think all of the tips has been shared by Dzul, yeah. But I think I'm adding to that based on our experience, yeah, in piloting in Central Java. I think I agree with Dzul that this is the public money, and then that's why my tip is to look at the fiscal capacity, because it is important to see how the government has spending for the salary and other program, and then if there is any spare of this money, and then maybe we can educate the government to spend to more ecological activities. But of course, the biodiversity management things has to be mainstream first to the government. So that's why they feel that this is important, and then this is also good for them to do it. So then I think, and the second is to have the indicator that has been also validated and also consulted across the region, because we know that not all region has the same characteristic. They have a different landscape. They have maybe there are one forest and the other has only marine. But so look at the similarities between a region, and then from that similarities you can develop a set of indicators that also accept for all.
Yes.
So that's my 2 tips.
Very nice. Thank you, Bayu, and that's very good advice, especially when you mentioned that we really need to customize the indicators. There are other countries which are, they're totally marine, all islands, and I'm sure some of these indicators that they might include might be very, very different from what we have for Indonesia and Malaysia. But this is such a good model. I hope that in 2025 we can get together again and we can report on further improvements in the policy framework as well as the finance outcomes, and Bayu will be able to give us some numbers by then, right? So thank you, Bayu, thank you, Dzul,
thank you,
and I hope you have learned a lot from our experts in the region. And hope you have been inspired and you can also start thinking about looking at EFT as a possible finance mechanism. Goodbye and see you soon.
Thank you.